The latest now on President Trump. This morning he leaves Europe for Washington, where his team is locked in negotiations with Mexico to see if they can reach a deal on controlling the border before Trump's Monday deadline for new tariffs on Mexican imports. Overnight, the president laid down a hard line and had some harsh words for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a new interview. And our chief White House correspondent John Carl has the details. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. The president returns to the White House later today with time running out to strike a deal with Mexico. In an effort to convince President Trump not to impose tariffs, the Mexican foreign minister announced a significant concession. Mexico will send 6,000 of its National Guard troops to its southern border in an effort to stop the flow of migrants coming from Central America through Mexico on the way to the United States.
We don't have yet an agreement.
The Mexican foreign minister has been in Washington all week, meeting at the White House, the State Department, and with members of Congress. Meanwhile, the president weighed in from abroad.
They're letting millions of people walk up through their country.
Before a solemn ceremony honoring veterans in Normandy, the president defended his threat to impose tariffs on Mexico, a plan key Republicans in Congress are threatening to block.
Tariffs are a beautiful thing. Republicans should love what I'm doing.
The president says he will go through with his threatened 5% tariff on Monday, and that he will continue to raise the tariffs every month this summer until Mexico stops the flood of illegal immigration at the southern border. In an interview at the American Cemetery in Normandy, France, the president also leveled some of his harshest attacks yet at Speaker Pelosi.
She's incapable of doing deals. She's a nasty, vindictive, horrible person.
Pelosi, who was also in Normandy at the time, recently told members of her party she wants to see Trump in prison. But in France, she struck a different tone.
With all due respect to your question, I'm not here to talk about impeachment. But I do say that
if the president follows through on his threat to impose tariffs, he will face significant opposition here at home. Not only are fellow Republicans threatening to try to block the tariffs through congressional votes, the president is almost certain to face legal challenges if he goes through with them. George?
So very high stakes for these negotiations today. Meanwhile, in other political news, a pretty dramatic shift from former Vice President Joe Biden on the issue of federal funding for abortions.
Yeah, this is the so-called Hyde Amendment, which bans any federal funds for abortion, something that's been a part of congressional spending bills for years. Biden has said he supports the amendment, said that as recently as Wednesday, but now he says he no longer supports them. He was facing increasing pressure from fellow Democrats criticizing his position. He explains it as a result of all the efforts Republicans are now making to restrict abortion rights.
And
George?
now he calls abortion right. Okay, John, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.